day has come for me to leave Restonguet, I think I pronounced it right, Restonguet Creek. I'm going to be heading out of here. The forecast is northerly 1 to 3, then it's going westerly 2 to 4. So the weather has finally broken. I've been here for 2 weeks, so I've got the opportunity now to leave. I was going to go round to Falmouth, and I might still do that, but otherwise I'm going to be heading back towards Penzance, back around the Lizard Point. So the boat's ready, dinghy's tied up to the mooring buoy, ready for Brian to pick it up again, which I'm very grateful for the help that he's given me. This is his mooring, and use of the dinghy really helped me out for 2 weeks. Really helped me out, more than I can say. So without further ado, let's get sailing. My law's just there, heading out now, heading south to leave the River Fowl. Another place that I will be sorry to say goodbye to. It is lovely up here, but the weather has been awful. I've been stuck here for 2 weeks. I say stuck, but it could have been worse. But it is what it is. Today's a good day. I'm going to be punching the tide until about 11 o'clock. Time now is 7:30. I'm going to be punching the tide until 11, and then after that I'll have the tide up behind me. I'm probably going to go far and wide around the Lizard Point, so I don't want to go through that chop again. But what a beautiful morning, it really is. Look at that. Stark contrast to how the weather has been for the past 2 weeks. I am expecting a little bit of rain later on today, but it's alright. I bought a brolly yesterday when I went into Falmouth, so if it does rain, at least I've got a brolly in the cockpit. Another yacht is leaving in front of me, I'm behind him now, so making good way, 5.6 knots. I'm probably only doing 4 knots through the water because the tide's still quite slack. So yeah, let's do some helming. Goose wings, wing on wing, whatever you want to call it. So I'm against the tide. It is kind of streaming now, but it's a lovely morning sail. I've left the River Fowl. I'm now coming across the Falmouth Bay. So plain sailing at the moment, which is good, but I'm on a dead run, which has enabled me to do the wing on wing. But it's balancing the rudder and these sails quite difficult. But at the moment, it's just about right. I've got it on the autopilot at the moment. I've just been hand steering, but that seems to be doing a better job than me, to be honest. So, yeah, lovely morning sail. trying to keep these sails balanced on a dead run, goose wings, is difficult. I'm on the tiller, trying to keep it behind me, still punching the tide. If I can get to Lizard Point at high tide or slack water, I'll be happy with that, because I don't want to go through that race again. If I can get there for 11 o'clock, all well and good. And then I'll have the tide with me across across the bay. So at the moment I'm punching it, but I'm making good time. I'm doing over 3 knots against the tide over the ground. So let's see if I can try and keep these sails balanced. Keep tweaking away on this tiller to keep it like that. I've got a whisker pole that really I could put out on that sail, but to be honest, I've never used it. I've yet to learn how to do it. I know it clips on the mast on one end and it clips on the sail at the other. Oh, hang on. Let's get that right. That's more like it. So, yeah, I've still yet to learn how to use a whisker pole. That would come in handy right now. That would have helped me out a lot if I could have had that rigged up. One thing that puts me off with it though is I've got to go forward up to the mast to clip it on, and I don't like to go forward when I'm under sail, but I'll learn to use it, and I will get to use it, but I'll probably do a trip especially for that. I'm not going to do it when I'm out here. So what a lovely morning, what a lovely day. Good sailing.
Station calling from Coast Guard. Say again, vessel name. Over.
I managed to get away from the dead run, so still making 3 knots through the water and 2.6 over the ground. Done quite well so far. I've gone faster than what I thought against the tide, so we're all good at the moment. We're still all good. More crab pops. That's the only thing about this Cornish coast. Quite a few crab pops about, ducking and diving all the time. Adds to the interest, I suppose. Guy over there next to me sailing, he's motor sailing. I can hear his engine running. Oh, he's just put his jib back up, so he's got both his main and jib up again now. Yeah, nice to not be the only one out here. I don't know who he is, I haven't got a clue where he's come from or where he's going, but he seems to be on the same track as me. So it's nice, well, comforting thought that there's someone else out here. And a dirty great big tanker over there. Container. But I have seen dolphins, because they were really quick. They were darting here, there and everywhere. But hopefully they'll come back. Right, I seem to have made a slight mistake. Look, I've left the fenders out. I've left the fenders out, so I'll pull them in. The sun's shining and it is a stark contrast to what it has been like. I've noticed some clouds building over there on the horizon.
All stations, this is Falmouth Coast Guard.
So they did say we are due. They did say that we are due for some rain this afternoon, so I'm out here making the most of it. Still a bit chilly in this wind, not able to get my jacket off or anything because it's a bit cold. So, but can't complain about that.
Channel 62, Channel 62. This is Falmouth Coast Guard.
I've got to keep the radio on. I need it on when I'm out here. So I know it interrupts, but can't be helped.
All stations, this is Falmouth Coast Guard.
Another safety information broadcast and weather forecast. So, okay, let's get back to sailing. Wind's dropped right off again. I've dropped down to a knot. So I'm going to have to fire the engine up. Oh well, it is what it is, but at least I've got the option. Stiff breeze has now picked up, so 2 to 4 westerlies that they were giving was picked up. So now I've got the points of Lizard Point there, the rocks from Lizard Point there. I think I might just motor a little bit further once I'm past them rocks, and then I can get my sails back up. I've got the main up, but not the jib. So things are looking up a bit now, and it's not choppy, not like the race that I had when I came through here the first time. So I'm happy with that. Yeah, it's all good. At last, back to sailing. Lizard Point is there behind me. There's the rocks and there's the cliffs. So thank God for that, the engine's up and now back under sail power. And I'm making 3.5 knots over the ground. It's a westerly, so it's on the nose, but I reckon I can tack this all the way back now to Penzance or Mousehole. So yeah, all good. had to cheat again. The tide was pushing me quite strongly. I was quite close to that headland, and under sail with no engine I had to tack over on the starboard side, and I don't want to go near that headland. I want to keep well clear, so for a couple of miles I'm going to run this engine so that I know I'm out in safe and open water. What a lovely rocky coastline though. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. So just come in to make a cup of tea. Got through the bit that I was absolutely dreading. Lizard Point. Without too much hassle really. I'm running the engine. Use the engine to get round it. So I did have the sails up for a short while, but I was looking at the rocks that poke out from Lizard Point and I was just too close. So I'm running the engine, and while it's running and I'm on autopilot, I'm going to be making a cup of tea. So yeah, quite an easy trip, but much easier than it was last time I came through here when I was heading the other way. A bit easier this time, coming back around the point. A little bit of white water, but not much. Not like last time. So everything's falling down everywhere again. Got a big pencil there. Is that on? Yeah. Another yacht was going the other way. He didn't have his sails up, but he was punching the tide. I think he's given up, and he's now heading back the same way I'm going. I hope he goes back to Mousehole, so I'll be able to have a word with him then. Yeah, nice breeze. I would say going between 2 and 4, about 3 on an average. You get the odd gust and then it dies off a little bit and then it comes back again, like that. Let's just check for crab pots, hang on. No, can't see a crab pot. I'll go back out there while I wait for that to boil. A mess, and I'm not ashamed to say I don't care about cleaning it up right now. Look, I've got buckets and sheets, all sorts of bits and pieces. Oh, I've got to have a clear up here. Can't leave it in this kind of state. I don't want to trip over any of these lines really. But what a glorious day, and what a lovely sail. It's a lovely sail.
Roger, go to channel 67, 67.
The wind's dropped right off again. Sails are doing nothing, and it's just rained, but I'm only a few miles from where I want to go. Might have to fire up the engine. Oh dear, so close, so close. But let's see what we can do, eh? Yeah. Actually, I'll make a cup of tea and then I might fire up the engine. Since I've been becalmed, I'm not going to fire the engine up. I'm going to have a go at catching some mackerel for tea. Not so bad being becalmed after all. Well, I had 2 chucks, kept 4. I had 2 chucks down, I filled up the hooks both times. A couple dropped off. Look at the size of that one. Yeah. So I've got 4 mackerel for tea tonight. Lovely. And still no wind. Got the sails up still, but they've kind of fixed themselves as hove to now. But right, I suppose I'd better start thinking of making my way in. Cooking up those mackerel I caught on the way in. Still waiting for the tide to get into Mousehole, so I thought I'd cook my tea now. Oh, mouth's watering just looking at them. Back into Mousehole. Sorry folks, I forgot to record it to come in. So, because I anchored up out the front for a couple of hours, 2-3 hours, cooked some dinner, I'll clean the boat up a bit. Yeah, it was a good day sailing. One of the things that I learnt today was it's far better for me to sail on a neap than it is on a spring, especially if you're making a long journey like I did today, where you're going to be out there basically for 12 hours, because then you're going to be punching half the tide, and then you're going to have the tide with you for half of it. With the neap, I found it's far better. My overall average speed was higher, was nearly 4 knots, compared to on a spring when it's more like 2.5. So although you gain on the spring, then you also lose out, but it just seems to work out. Neeps are better for me. So I've caught some mackerel, I've had the weather, I've been in the sun. I think my face has caught the sun a bit. So all in all, good day in Cornwall. What I'm going to do from here, I don't know. It's in my head to maybe go back to the Scilly Isles, but I don't know. I'm going to have a good night's sleep, have a look at the forecast tomorrow, the long range forecast, and make a choice of what I'm going to do from there. So hope you enjoyed this video. Yeah, what more can I say? Bye.